We back, we working. Monday morning grind. Got 2 non-boxing videos coming up, but it's the Boxing Clinic and more. You know how we do. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. We working. And a lot of people have been asking the question, where does Oklahoma City fit in the Western Conference? It's tough to say. It really is, because you don't know how these guys are gonna mesh. I forgot to mention they had Steven Adams in my last video, who was non-effective last year. But he's the perfect, ideal big man if they need a glue guy. I think he is. Roberson is another ideal specialty player I talked about as a glue guy that can defend his position. The difference between the Oklahoma City Thunder and, let's say, the Houston Rockets is that Oklahoma City Thunder has 4 players that can play lockdown defense. I think Paul George being the best defender on that team. I think Westbrook being a good defender on that team. Roberson probably being the second best defender on the team. And Steven Adams plays up to his potential. He probably just below Paul George is the best defender on the team. So, you got 4 good defenders around Carmelo Anthony, which is key. They can play defense, but can they play unity defense? Can they play community defense? Can they play team defense? And it's different. You got just like offense, you got a whole bunch of one-on-one players. You got a whole bunch of one-on-one defenders, but can they trust each other to play that unity defense? And that's another question. There's a lot of questions here with Oklahoma City Thunder. You got a ball-dominant point guard that's not a point guard. So the guy that's handling your ball handling responsibilities, he hasn't mastered the point guard position. A lot of people ain't gonna like that he hasn't. And he's a converted shooting guard, so you wouldn't expect him to master point guard decisions until, I think he won't master it, if he masters the point guard at all, until his athletic ability starts to diminish. But you got this guy who they say is going to handle, in Westbrook, he's going to handle the late game decisions. And I don't know about that, man. He's just, when he was with Westbrook, Harden and Durant, even when he was with Durant, he wanted to take the big shots. If it was, he wasn't never deferring to nobody. Now, you're a point guard, your job is to make the other players around you better, run the offense, give people right spot, be the quarterback. Westbrook is not that. A lot of people, you average a triple-double. Numbers don't mean nothing. Numbers can be deceiving as hell. He had the ball in his hand more than Kobe Bryant did. He had the highest usage rates last year. So he's going to have to make that adjustment. He never made the adjustment. Even with Kevin Durant, it was kind of like, you take yours, I'll get mine. I'm going to get mine. Okay, I'll give it to you. Can't play like that when you got 2 other superstars on the team. You got to let them get in your rhythm. And as a point guard, your duties are to pick and choose your spots when needed to score. And he be competing with shots with Harden, when he competed with shots with Durant and with Ibaka. That's why I don't really think this is going to work. These guys are going to be competing for shots. And then another thing that really that blows my mind is they don't have a Pat Riley. They don't have a system in place like the Golden State Warriors did with Steve Kerr. They don't have a Phil Jackson. Well, maybe Phil Jackson's a bad man. As GM, he sucked. As a coach, he was good. A Red Auerbach. They don't have they don't have that stern, respectable coach neither. And that's something people overlooking too. They don't have that coach that's going to, stand up and hold his ground. He's flexible. He's soft. Billy Donovan. That's what I think as a coach. He's not stern. He's a college coach. They're not going to respect him. And he probably didn't crack down on Westbrook last year. So Westbrook is not going to change his game for Carmelo and Paul George. At least it's not going to happen overnight. Paul George can play off the ball. Carmelo and do the little things, get the steals, get the rebounds, and he can do the little things. Carmelo got to learn to be more like Paul George. He got the potential to be a great defender. When he go against LeBron, he be locked down, especially back in the day. He got to learn to pass and make extra pass. He got to get that block. He got to get that rebound. He got to get that steal. He got to play unity defense. He got to be a large part of the community defense they're gonna play over there. And if it really hinges on Westbrook and Carmelo, in my opinion. I don't have no worries about Paul George. Paul George is not an alpha male type of player. He tried to be last year, talking about, I got to get the last shot. That ain't you, and that's not Paul George. It's gonna be up to Westbrook to get these guys in place. Billy Donovan get a system in place that accommodates all these guys, and they gotta sit down and look here, man. We all not gonna get 20, 30 shots tonight. So Similar to what Kevin Durant did. He got his shots went down. He became a more efficient player in other aspects of the game. They might only get 10, 15 shots a game. You got to be more efficient with those 10, 15 shots. You know, Carmelo got to post up a little bit more. You got to get post up George. You got to post up Westbrook. You got to let Paul George handle the ball, come down sometime and make the decisions. You got to let Carmelo get the ball in the sweet spots and make him make a decision. Hopefully, y'all can mold his mind and make those decisions. But as far as where they fall in the West, I think they're going to be right where they was at last year. You know, 4th, 5th. I don't see 2nd. You know, if they can mesh and Westbrook changes his mentality and becomes the point guard they need him to be, or becomes the player he needs to be, and let these other guys be great, then I see that. But as far as like bench depth, they don't have that. They don't have any depth. And I say, these are 3 lower superstars here. You still need depth. You still need depth. You still need guys that come off the bench and score. I don't see who off their bench can get a bucket on their own. You know, who else can spot up and shoot a 3? Anthony Morrow, he's one of the streaky 3-point shooters. They got to get some specialty players in there. They need a Kyle Korver. They need another Roberson off the bench. They need another big guy that can do the dirty work, you know. And they don't have the depth to keep up with Golden State. And Golden State added more depth. They found the little Ian dude, the little point guard off the bench that can come in and contribute. You know, and they had a ball movement offense in place. They got team defense in place. They ahead of the curve because they have selfless superstars. You got the most selfish guys in the NBA, if that's a word, in Westbrook and Carmelo Anthony. Very selfish. Golden State doesn't have a selfish soul on the team. And that's what happens when you win. Then they start to lose. This thing gonna blow up quick. And at the end of the day, Carmelo fucked himself, because Carmelo, if this don't work out, Carmelo gonna be the only motherfucking OKC left, because Westbrook gonna leave and Paul George gonna leave. But I see them about 4th, 5th in the West. They might could be 3rd over San Antonio. They old, you know, but I just don't see them meshing. I see them hitting their stride down the end of the season. But are they a threat to Golden State? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They're not a threat to Golden State. That's just my opinion on that one, but it could change. But I don't think they're a threat to Golden State. They're a threat to Houston. I'm going to tell you that right now. You know, they're a threat to Houston, but I like Houston's team better off. You know, they got more depth, and that's what's going to get Houston through. But if they came down to Houston versus Westbrook, I got Oklahoma City.